What do Falcons do? Rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, the show where we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, lifelong sports fan, and apparently I am absolutely dog crap at picking football last week. It was absolutely terrible. 5-9 on the week, I think is what it ended up being. Let's see here. Yeah, it was ugly. It was very, very ugly. I picked my Falcons to win. That just automatically started us off on the wrong foot. I picked Seattle to win. They were really never in the game with the Bucs, so it was relatively close. Picked the Buffalo Bills to win, just because I didn't think Minnesota Vikings could do it. I picked the Bears to win, and it looked like the Bears would win, but they just didn't follow through. Then Saints, I thought they would win at the Steelers, but apparently they are worse than I gave them credit for. Thought the Raiders would beat the Colts with a new coach. That didn't happen. Cowboys, I think everybody thought they'd beat the Packers. Congratulations, Tom Grossi. Packers won. Rams, yeah. So and then Eagles, yeah. It was a rough week here. So hopefully we can bounce back. That does put me at 89, 60, and 1 at this point in time. Dropped significantly in the rankings, 96.7th percentile here on picks. That was a really crappy week. But here we go. We're going to try and bounce back this week. It is week 11. I believe there are a grand total, let's see here, how many games are there? I think there's 14, so there's 4 teams off this week. But let's get started. Thursday night football matchup. Tennessee Titans at Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers found the will to win this last week against the really fairly tough defense for the Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers only had to throw the ball 20 times. Christian Watson caught 3 touchdowns after dropping one big pass earlier in the game. Came alive for him, got a little banged up apparently. He's got a questionable tag to him. It's a short week. Tennessee Titans, they played an ugly game against Denver, but did find a way to win in the end. Didn't do it on the back of Derrick Henry this time, but did do it through the air. I am honestly going to go ahead and pick the Packers here. 4-6 Packers take down the 6-3 Tennessee Titans in Lambeau. I think the Packers are going to build off of this. If they can continue to utilize Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon in the run game, they will be perfectly fine. Give me the Packers. Next, we have Chicago Bears at the Falcons. Chicago Bears, you're putting up points. You just are a little bit terrible on defense now that you've traded away your 2 best players. So, yeah, this is going to be probably one of the higher scoring affairs, I think. Bears will be running the ball a ton. Falcons will be running the ball a ton. It may end up being one of the shortest affairs overall, just because the clock should keep moving for most of it. It's in Atlanta. I have said that we need to play Desmond Ridder. This is a great opportunity to see what we've got in him. Arthur Smith has already basically come out and said hell to the no to that, so we will not be playing him this week. Looks like we're going to be going into Washington next week, which now looks like a significantly tougher game. And then we'll have Pittsburgh Steelers, which also doesn't look like the easiest game in the world anymore, but still these defenses are easier than anything else we're going to see the rest of the season. I'm going to pick the Falcons. The rest of America thinks the Bears. I'm going to go with the homer here. Let's go Falcons. Let's see what we can do. Rise freaking up. Then we have the Cleveland Browns at the Buffalo Bills. I still say the Buffalo Bills did not the Buffalo Bills lost the game. The Minnesota Vikings did not win that game. The Buffalo Bills fumble at the end of the game on the goal line. Should never have happened. They should not have given Minnesota a touchdown. They should have found a way to move forward. So, yeah, the Buffalo Bills, I think they're going to end up winning this matchup. I think they're going to take it out on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns still don't look like the best team in the world. They've got another week, I believe, to this week 11. Yeah, they got one more week before they get Deshaun Watson back. They're 3-6 in the division, not looking particularly good for playoffs. A little bit better than I thought they would be at this point, but the Bills, they should be, Bills should be a little bit better this week. They have probably lost all of the games that those 3 losses. They are because of mistakes by the Bills. They're not because the other teams outright beat them for the most part, except for the Jets. I would say the Jets outright beat them. Then we're going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, now 8-1 going to the Indianapolis Colts. I still think you're going to have talent here with the Eagles and just a really crappy game for them, crappy performance for them overall last night on Monday Night Football. They're going to be looking to bounce back, and the Colts are going to be a soft target for them. Matt Ryan did come back alive a little bit this past week, but I don't really have a lot of faith in them. I don't have faith in the Colts with their new coach. I think it was softball for them to play the Raiders this past week and get a win. Eagles are still a very good team. Give me the Eagles, make them 9-1 after this. Indianapolis Colts still kind of falling fast here. Then we have the Jets at the New England Patriots, a big divisional game. This will matter tremendously for them. New England Patriots, I still give it to the Patriots. I don't know what else to say. Their defense is very good. They shut down the New York Jets last time they played them. And I'm still not sure that James Robinson and Michael Carter are the 1-2 punch that you need to make a playoff push here. New York Jets, if you had Breece Hall, I would easily pick you in this game, but Zach Wilson is suspect at best, and the Patriots' defense is good. So, I mean, I know the New York Jets' defense is very good as well. This is not a game that I'm going to be picking to have a high score no matter what. I don't know what the over-under is, but I would probably lean towards the under just if I were a betting guy, but I'm going to pick New England Patriots in New England here. Then we go to the Los Angeles Rams at the New Orleans Saints. Cooper Kupp's out for 4 weeks. He's having surgery on his ankle. He apparently has a high ankle sprain, going to need to do a tightrope procedure on it. He'll be out for sure for 4 weeks. He's on IR at this time. It may be a little bit longer. May not see, there's a chance, I guess we may not see him the rest of the season, though I think he will come back at some point. The Saints, it's at home. Give me the Saints. I don't know what else to say here. It also depends on Stafford. If Stafford is playing, I think it is a little bit more in the Rams' favor, though I still would pick the Saints. If it's Wolford, 100% the Saints. America disagrees with me right now. They're saying the Rams. Let's go New Orleans Saints. I don't like it, but I think at home they're going to be a better team than they are on the road at Pittsburgh like they were last week. So New Orleans Saints there. Then we got the Lions at the Giants. Lions, I don't know. The Lions are still bad on defense. They did manage to win 2 weeks in a row now to get themselves to 3-6. They are effectively screwing up their tank at this point in time. So now you went from looking at getting a great quarterback prospect for the future to middle of the first 10 picks of the first round, maybe even into the teens if you keep winning. Now, again, every NFL team wants to win. They want to get contracts renewed. They want to show that they deserve to be on a roster, and they want to build a winning culture. Dan Campbell is certainly trying to build a winning culture there. That defense has to step up, though. New York Giants at home, you have Saquon Barkley. You have almost no receivers, though, but you've got Saquon Barkley. You've got Danny Dimes playing relatively decent football. Give me the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium. We'll go with that all day long. Then we have Carolina Panthers at Baltimore Ravens. Carolina, you lucked out against the Falcons. You got to play us twice, and you showed out on both of them. Deonta Foreman should still have a pretty decent game overall here, but you guys can't throw the ball worth a damn, and Baltimore's defense has stepped up in a big way over the last few weeks. They're on bye last week. Lamar Jackson's about to take you out of town, though, taking you to the cleaners. Baltimore Ravens all day long. Washington Commies at Houston Texans. Washington Commies now 5-5 after an impressive win against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think it was in Philadelphia as well. Houston Texans 1-7-1. They are playing for that number one pick. I don't have a lot good to say about them. Brandon Cooks doesn't really want to be there right now. Damian Pierce is playing really good football. They are in their rebuilding process. They are going to be fine in the future. Singletary is turning into a halfway decent corner for them, though he is a rookie. Their offensive line is starting to look better. I can't remember the guy that they took. I think it's the Texas A&M prospect this past year. He's been looking good. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. But Washington Commies, they are playing relatively good football under Taylor Heineke now going forward. So I'll take the Washington Commanders here. The Washington Commies are going to go 6-5 and be right in it for their division. Moving on, we have a 4 o'clock game. The Raiders at the Broncos. Pick a turd and polish it however you want to do with this one. This is a game that will be played between two professional football teams, and that's as much good as I can say about it. Raiders cannot find a way to win. They are playing for the number 1 or 2 pick overall at this point in time. Denver Broncos, tight game with the Tennessee Titans here. Their defense is amazing. Their offense leaves a ton to be desired. We're still waiting to hear on the injury to Jerry Jeudy, if that's going to be something that keeps him out for multiple weeks. I would anticipate that he's going to be week to week at this point in time, that he won't be playing. Cortland Sutton will be playing. He'll get a ton of targets, but I'm not sure Russ is the guy to complete them right now. Something's off about Russ. I don't know what it is. I have this strong feeling that we're going to get to the end of the season, and we're going to find out that Russ has been hurt through the whole time. Still, give me the Denver Broncos. For what reason, I don't care. It's a rivalry. It's in Denver. Give me the Broncos just because somebody's got to win this game. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys coming off of a reeling loss to the Green Bay Packers going up against the Minnesota Vikings. I still do not think that the Minnesota Vikings are the team that their record is reflecting right now. They have won a ton of close games where things have gone their way. They should have lost to the Bills. They should have not ever gone to overtime. We shouldn't have even had to worry about a controversial play in overtime because it shouldn't have gotten there. The Bills fumbled the ball and turned the ball over too many times in that game, and that's how Minnesota came back and won. Cowboys, similar thing. I have no idea why you don't kick the damn field goal there on 4th and 4 when you're in field goal range. I think his name is Brett Mayer. He's a halfway decent kicker. That's perfectly in his wheelhouse. Don't know why you don't do it, but you didn't. You got McCarthy'd, and now you're 6-3. That said, Cowboys' defense is very good. It's better than the Vikings' defense. Cowboys, I think, are going to be looking to have a bounce back in a big way. I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys over Minnesota Vikings here. I think it could be a very close game. Again, the Minnesota Vikings are not a bad team. I want to emphasize that as much as possible. They are not a bad team. I don't think they are deserving of the number 2 or number 1 spot because of their record. I think they are definitely a team that has lucked out in several spots. But again, Dallas, I think, will take this game, and we'll go with that. Then we have the last of the 4 o'clock games, Cincinnati Bengals at Pittsburgh Steelers. They're coming off a bye with the Bengals. Joe Mixon just ran for a fracking ton of yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 through the air as well to make it 5 total. They're firing on all cylinders. Are coming off of a restful week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a bad football team, but they're playing relatively decent football, also screwing up their tank by beating people like the Saints as well. So give me the Bengals here all day long. Bengals go to 6-4 and are in a tight race with the Baltimore Ravens, who will be 7-3 at the end of this week. Then we have the Sunday Night Football match. This is a rematch of, I believe it was a Thursday Night Football match earlier this year. Kansas City Chiefs at LA Chargers. Now, I thought Mike Williams was done for the whole year after he basically tore his ankle to shreds. He is practicing again. He's probably not playing this week, though. Keenan Allen, it's still very questionable, so you're looking at Joshua Palmer and I think his name's DeAndre Carter as your 1 and 2 receivers for the Chargers. You still have Austin Eckler there. If you had told me about this matchup earlier, I would have had these guys splitting matchups here earlier this season, but the Kansas City Chiefs are finding incredible ways to win right now. You've got Patrick Mahomes playing MVP-esque football. Give me Kansas City. I think this is an easy trap game for Kansas City, though it would not surprise me to see Josh Harris and the LA Chargers taking him to town and winning this game on Sunday Night Football in LA. Wouldn't surprise me at all, but I am going to go with the Chiefs just because they're playing a little bit better right now. Finally, Monday Night Football. This will be a halfway decent matchup. You've got the Arizona Cardinals who are coming off of a win and trying to put something together here at the end of the season to make a push in their division. They get to play at home against the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers also coming off of a win. 49ers look like a better team overall right now. I don't know what more to say to you. They have a great defense. I'm picking the 49ers here. Easy enough decision for me. It's going to be close, though. I think you could go either way with this one, but America seems to agree with me that the 49ers are going to take this one. So that's what I got for you. That's all I have today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Again, I would love to know how you guys are doing in your pick'ems, if you're anywhere close to me, if you've surpassed me at this point. Are there any games that you disagree with, and why? But anyways, if you like this type of content, hit the like button, consider subscribing. And as always, rise up.